Right, good morning everyone. We're going to get this meeting started. Those of you who've been before, you know we will absolutely try and keep this to time, to the minute. So it's 8:30, so here we go. Can I, first of all, welcome you all to Dublin, to this 14th meeting of the Allied Professionals Forum. My name's Steve Bell. I'm one of the co-chairs of the Allied Professionals Forum. I'm from the MND Association of England, Wales and Northern Ireland, and I'm also one of the directors of the International Alliance who run this meeting. So you're all very, very welcome, and a big thank you as well to the Irish MND Association for hosting us here this year. So I'm going to start just with a few house rules about how the day is going to operate. So first and foremost about fire drills. There isn't one planned today. If an alarm sounds, it's not going to be an alarm, it's going to be a strobe lighting and a voice activation system that will tell us to get out of here. So it's not an alarm, it's a voice that comes on. If we do have to evacuate, we've got to go straight over the road to the quay, onto the quayside. So I think that covers that. Telephones, please could you check your phones are on either vibrate or silent. The breaks for food, I'm sure some of you have already found coffee, but our lunch is going to be in Liffey, what are we in A? So it's Liffey B, which is out of here, down the corridor, turn left and left again. Timings. So if you're a speaker, and particularly for a speaker in our first session today, just to let you know how we run this. So they are 20-minute slots. Speakers have 15 minutes and will be speaking from the lectern to my left, so to your right. When you have 2 minutes left, so that's at minute 13, either myself or my co-chair Sarah, who I'll introduce shortly, will walk up to this lectern. So speakers, that means you've got 2 minutes left to speak. I'd like to acknowledge our sponsors at this time as well. So Cytokinetics, who give us an awful lot of money as a platinum sponsor for this meeting. We're really, really grateful for their sponsorship, and to the ALS Hope Foundation in Philadelphia. They have sponsored this meeting very much all the way from the beginning, and we're of course very, very grateful to them. My co-chair today is Sarah Feldman, Dr. Sarah Feldman, who is from the ALS Hope Foundation, sat down here at the front. So I think that's just about all the housekeeping, which puts us really well ahead. But there's something else I want to do today before the meeting starts formally. As I said, this is the 14th meeting of the Allied Professionals Forum, and there's someone in the room who helped found this meeting those 14 years ago. He was co-chair for 10 years of the Allied Professional Forum, and could not, and sadly stood down last year for various reasons, and is now no longer on the APF. But I would love this meeting to actually recognise Rod Harris from MND Victoria. We missed Rod here last year, and we would like Rod to come up here and be presented with a certificate for his absolutely dedication to this meeting and to establishing it.
No, we've got to do poster photos. Great. Thanks. Thanks, Steve, and thanks, Sarah. It's been a great pleasure being a part of this meeting for so long. When we first thought about how we were going to fill a gap between the clinicians working face-to-face with people living with ALS MND and the scientists that are trying to find cause, treatment and cure, this event sort of sprang to mind. You out there have got so many skills and you're doing so much work that's changing the way we can deliver support for people with ALS MND. And it seemed silly that there wasn't an opportunity to have you stand up, present and share. And I think if nothing else out of today, sharing what you've done, meeting other people And going away with new partners in the work that you're doing has been an achievement of the last many sessions of this meeting. It's fantastic to be able to hand over to two highly competent people. Steve's been co-chairing with me for some time. Handing over to Sarah, a health professional extraordinaire in her own right, I think gives this event life and longevity. So I hope you enjoy the day. I hope we all walk away from here with new friends and new learnings. Thank you.
Well, we are well ahead of schedule here, and can I just add my personal thanks to Rod as well for his mentorship of me over the year and helping me grow into this role. So we're well ahead of schedule, so my pleasure now to introduce to you Carol Birks. Carol is chair of the International Alliance of ALS MND Associations, and Carol's just going to say a few words about how that alliance works before we start the meeting properly.
Thank you, Steve, and thank you for the opportunity just to give a little bit of an introduction to the International Alliance of ALS MND Associations. It's wonderful to see so many here today, and I'm sure more will arrive as the morning progresses, and I welcome you all to this very important annual meeting. So, who are we? The International Alliance of ALS MND Associations was founded back in 1992 to provide an international community for ALS MND associations from around the world. Members of the Alliance work together in uniting people and ALS MND organisations and associations from many countries worldwide, with the aim of improving care and support for all people living with ALS MND and to promote research to ultimately stop ALS MND. As of today, we have 54 members of the Alliance from 36 countries, which is absolutely fabulous, and that's growing every year. So I thought today I'll just give you a very brief introduction of the kinds of things we've done this year, back over 2016. The things we do, one of the most important things we do, I guess, is around advocacy and global campaigns. And this is part of our strategic objectives that we have for 2016 to 2019, and advocacy is very much an important part of our strategic objective. So the point of advocacy, I guess, on the worldwide stage is to influence communities, governments, and other national and international organisations to support the interests of people living with ALS MND globally. And over 2016, we reviewed and updated our position statement related to the fundamental rights of people living with ALS MND, and that's now been formally endorsed by over 26 organisations around the world, and you can see their logos there on the side of the screen. Every year we celebrate Global Day on the 21st of June. That's a solstice, so a change, the longest day in half the world and the shortest day in the other half. So that's the day that we hope for a change in the search for treatments for ALS MND. And this year we focus very much on a social media campaign related to ALS MND Without Borders, and we're continuing to use that hashtag, so please follow that hashtag over today and the year. Social media is very much a part of how we promote the work that our organisations do, what's happening around the world, and to champion the rights of people with ALS MND. So we have an active Facebook and Twitter feed as well. Membership, we work to grow membership. We work to support emerging organisations in countries where there is no support for people with ALS MND. And we encourage our members to look to their regions to help grow the membership and the support of people living in that region. In 2016, we accepted 8 new full and associate members, and you can see there from the list that they're from around the world, which is just absolutely fabulous. Partnerships, collaboration, and mentoring are really the cornerstone of the Alliance. It's really the heart and soul, I guess, of the Alliance, and very important to all of us. We have an Alliance support grant program whereby we offer grants to members to assist them to travel, to attend these meetings. We've just come out of 2 days of Alliance meetings where we've shared a lot of information and resources. So we help struggling organisations, less well-resourced organisations to attend those meetings. And we also provide grants to assist organisations and people to partner, to travel, to share their resources, to help organisations if they have a need and someone can address that need or help them to address that need, then we support those partnerships. We also have visited members. We try and do a mid-year visit to engage with members, learn more about what they do, and also, obviously, to try and grow membership in a particular region. And this year we went to the Asia-Pacific region and met with members from Malaysia, Korea, and Taiwan. We also are involved in a lot of the collaboration type meetings that happen throughout the year, and our General Manager, Rachel Patterson, who's up the back there, has been very active this year in attending those meetings. Information, sharing of information is just so important. There are so many organisations around the world that really are just run by one person, one family. So the better, well-resourced organisations are very active in sharing the information they have, but we also learn from those emerging organisations as well. Information is on our website. We also now this year have just launched a blog, so if anyone would like to contribute to that blog, I'm sure Rachel will be very happy to hear from you. And we've named that blog ALS MND Without Borders. We've also established this year a members-only site and a forum, again to encourage that exchange of information and support. We're currently surveying members on their involvement in ALS research around the world to get an understanding of the types of research that organisations support, how much we fund, and I think we had a preliminary look at the results of that information over the last couple of days, and it's certainly looking as though the funding from ALS MND organisations around the world is pretty significant. And of course there are the meetings, the Alliance meetings that I've just mentioned are so important for that organic sharing of information, organic sharing of ideas. And we had a lovely presentation from our Russian organisation who visited the MND Association in Northampton this year, learnt a lot about what they were doing, shared a lot of the resources that they have, went straight back to Russia and started implementing lots of new programs and introducing lots of new information. So that's a wonderful outcome of these meetings. And of course, hosting the annual meetings. A member of the International Alliance is always a host, and this year our host is the Irish MND Association, and we're looking now to who's going to host post-2019. So it's an exciting time when those bids go in to see who's going to be the next host. So we're looking forward to hearing about that. So that's a little bit about what we do. As I said, Rachel's here today, and if anybody would like to catch up with her to learn more about the Alliance, please feel free to do so. Please watch our Twitter and Facebook, follow us and like us. And I put up there a picture of the March of Faces, the International March of Faces banners. You'll hopefully will have noticed them as you walked in today. And I don't think we need reminding, but we are all here today for the people with ALS MND that we're caring for back home, supporting those people. And today is all about sharing your experiences, your knowledge, so that we can better support those people living with ALS MND until an effective treatment is found. Thank you very much.